Hello and welcome everyone. If you're still with me, then you managed to make it through game 1, or you're just skipping through, testing the sound quality and making sure I'm not a total buffoon. Regardless of the situation, welcome aboard. I'm attempting to cast the Cloud9 Challenger game versus Destined for Glory. This is game 2. We just saw Cloud9 demolish them in game 1, and we are off into picking bands. Cool. So again, we see Cloud9 on blue side again. That is interesting. Panning the Lucian away, forcing Maple into a tight pinch with his champion pool. His Ezreal was probably one of the better parts of the first game, but it's still a really good ban by Cloud9, I think. If they ban Azir again, because Azir is such a strong champ right now, then Italy gets banned away from Rush. Shocking, because Rush is a great Italy player. But this will, again, if unless they do something about Kindred, they're going to have to do with that Kindred who just demolished them last game. So we'll see if they decide to go there. Again, I think the Azir ban is really good. I don't know if they're going to play Victor, but Victor has been tearing it up in the LPL and LCK, being the highest picked and banned champion right now. So I'm surprised we didn't see Victor last game. The Swain ban again, Swain has been seen a lot in NA solo queue. A lot. Top tier. But in Korea and China, not so heavily prioritized. Sort of a questionable pick, and I don't know why they keep banning it. I don't know if Balls is a good Swain player. Again, the Rek'Sai ban. Is Gordon just a really good Rek'Sai player? Does anyone know? Someone please tell me. I think it's just sort of a throwaway ban, getting rid of one of the bottom junglers, which means they either have to ban Kindred or Rise again, or maybe Victor. Like, if they ban Rise, we can have the same pick and ban we had last time, because they're on the same side. So this is, please ban something other than Rise, just so we have something different pick and bans. Kindred, yes. Did they first pick the Rise? They first picked the Rise. So, yeah, the Rek'Sai is just a throwaway ban in a sense. It's a good ban. It's probably like the fourth jungler, tier-wise, especially for Cloud9, a team that heavily prioritizes their understanding of tier lists. Or at least they used to back in the day. Um, so, again, this forced them, and they understand that Kindred or Rise are their top tier picks, so their bans are set up to get those, and they force Destined for Glory to ban one of those, and they banned the Kindred after Rush's performance, and now either Balls or High gets Rise, and Balls was a monster on Rise. I don't know about the new Rise, but the old Rise, man, that was a sight to see. But they're going to pick the Maokai, so Maokai is really good into Rise top, because Rise has to be spamming his spells the whole time, so Maokai heal the whole time, and that is looking like a Trundle support. That has to be Trundle support, which means no more Veigar support, which is sad. Which is also not sad because the last Veigar support was a sad game. Anyway, but that's most likely a Maokai top Trundle support. We could see a Trundle jungle with the new Blood Razor. It's potentially very strong because you can go Blood Razor into Titanic. And there's Rush on Lee Sin because their X is banned away. He doesn't want to go for the Elise. Rush has never really been an Elise player. He does have Meteos in his team, so he could learn a lot about Elise, but man, giving Rush the Lee Sin is also not exactly smart. And with two tanks, the Lee Sin kick dealing damage based on the person who's kicking maximum HP, you have two big old frontliners, so Lee Sin's going to be doing a lot of damage to that backline. And we see all tech on Ezreal. That might be a high Ezreal, potentially, depending on how they flex it. And we saw a lot of damage out of Ezreal last game. He was the only one really doing damage, so this could be a lot of damage for Cloud9. And we see potential Ashe. I love the Ashe, especially into Rise. You have the utility just to lock him down, slow him, because Rise needs to be running the whole time. He's really a juggernaut in that sense. If you let him run at you, you're going to die. But there's a lot of CC on this lineup with Trundle, Maokai, Ashe, that Rise may struggle to get in. And even the... No, don't go Caitlyn. Caitlyn. So, Caitlyn will do a lot of damage to the Ezreal in lane. Will definitely... It outranges the Rise and Ezreal by a lot, and allows Maple to play very safe. That is okay. So that's probably Echo top and Braum support. Let's talk about the Grogs real quickly. Grogs is really, like, so far their comp's really designed for zoning out the Rise. I'm actually, the more thing I'm glad they picked Caitlyn, because Caitlyn just does more damage than Ashe, and they have a very low damage comp right now. But Gragas will keep the Rise and Lee Sin away, does very well against the Lee Sin from zoning him away. Caitlyn can poke away against the Lee Sin and Rise, but Braum just shuts down Caitlyn incredibly strong, and that's going to be a tank Echo top, probably. Again, I think Maokai does fairly well into a tank Echo, so we'll see how that goes. That might be an Echo mid and a Rise top, but that would be questionable swapping on Cloud9's part, especially because I think Rise is much better in the mid lane at the current point in time. And there's the Victor! Ooh, what up? So, Destined for Glory fixed their problem with last game and picked some wave clear, which is nice. Now, Cloud9's the one without much wave clear, and I think that's a very smart decision, picking the Gragas and the Victor, because Gragas gives the most wave clear of any meta jungler, and Victor has disgusting amounts of wave clear. And Caitlyn as well, with her Q, and she'll get Runeans and probably Shiv eventually, so I think they'll have a lot of... It's going to be a Maokai support? No, okay. That's a thing. It's a meta thing. I like it. I think it's fun. It's silly. Um, so again, I think Maokai does very well into the Echo because Echo always has to be spamming out spells. But if Balls plays it right and just really relies on his passive, I think he'll might be able to outdamage and outtrade the Maokai. Rush is a monster on Lee Sin, so we'll see how he goes on that. I don't know why they keep banning Swain. I would ban Nidalee and Lee Sin, but again, what do I know? I don't. Maybe Balls is a closet Swain master. I'd ban it definitely away from Quas, but Quas isn't in this game. Um, I think Victor does really well into Rise, especially because he can keep the waves push and use that gravity field to prevent Rise from gaining in on him. Caitlyn should outrange the Ezreal, but Braum will just keep him safe, allow them to get constant poke out throughout the game. I really love when Lemonation plays Braum. It makes me very excited because he's such a good Braum player. He's really good at using his shields. And it's good to see him back in support. Welcome back, Lemonation. Welcome back to the game. um, we Altek did a good job last game. I didn't talk too much about him. He plays role very well, very much like Sneaky used to do back on the old Cloud9 team. This team is very much like old Cloud9, except Rush is much more aggressive than Meteos and plays much more aggressive champions. Again, it helps that those are the more meta ones. When the original Cloud9 came out, it was Zac and Nasus, the Meteos the Unkillable played. So it's nice to see some diversity in champions, and as the seasons progress from season 3 to 6. Oh, Flash Q. Are they going to get it? And we burned the Flash from Caitlyn. And there's Trundle support. Can they get the Trundle? They stun the Trundle. Are they going to burn the heal for him? He's ignited, so the heal won't do anything. Is he dead? He's dead! Are they going to get Maple? Maple stunned. He doesn't have heal. And double kill level 1. Wowee. Well done. Is RF dead too? Are they just going to kill everyone? Well, they stopped the Stapling start, which is always critical to Maokai. You always want to interrupt Maokai as much as you can in the early stages. And so Altec gets ahead, gets to buy Cull first item, which will give him roughly 160 bonus gold in the future ahead. That's how that math checks out. And they're just going to invade the red side first, which is questionable considering that there's a Trundle and Caitlyn on top of them. That's a very good read by Desperate Glory, unless they kill Papa Joe. Don't kill him again! Are they going? Okay, so they walk around completely avoiding them, and they can save... Okay, that was questionable. They just avoided them completely, which is fine. I guess they didn't want to die, but... so good. They didn't. They could at least place a ward, maybe. Papa Joe, are you dead again? There's no Ezreal there, but I love seeing Trundles take their Grassy Undying as support. I think that's what you're supposed to do anyway, regardless, as... Again, I wouldn't know too much, but it gives him a lot more trading, even though... they just demolish him. Keep in mind that Ezreal's Q does proc the Braum passive. I remember when Braum first came out, they said champions that synergize well with them. Ezreal was one of them because he can just proc those Braum passives from such a far range away. And Rush is invading Grinch. Again, surprise, surprise. Like, he started as... was Rush's path? Rush went to red. Grinch started Wolves. Then he went to his Raptors. And Rush was waiting for him. I think that was the path Grinch took last game as well. It's a way to... it allows your... I don't know. I don't know why you'd take that path. It's very questionable pathing. And just allowed Rush to invade him. But Rush didn't get anything. He didn't get a kill. He burned Grinch's flash, but he's now behind in CS, as I don't think he got the big Raptor. If he did, then it's very worth for Balls. For Rush. If he didn't, then I don't think it's worth at all. And we see Balls just trading in relentlessly with RF. And High's already out-trading Damonte. That should not happen. He got level 3 early, that's why. And he can then use the full combo, the WQEQ. Just blow someone up. But Damonte's doing a good job playing safe if he just gets to the point where he can clear the waves and prevent High from running in at him. Because mini waves are Ryze's biggest weakness because his Q doesn't go through. And there goes most of his damage, but... We'll see how that goes for Damonte. And we see Altec and Lemonation just playing so aggressively. They have double pink. They both got pink wards after getting those 2 kills. So they are completely safe from the Gragas. But Rush is somehow already massively out-farming Grinch. It was 4 to 6 initially. It's now 4 to 9. 14 to 9. 15 to 9. I don't know how you do it, Rush. It helps that Grax is a little bit of a slower jungler initially. They're trading heavily. Is Pop Challenge out again? The Ignite is already up from Elimination because of that Mastery that reduced Summoner cooldown. I don't know if they're expecting that because their flashes and heals aren't up yet. And I don't think they're expecting the Elimination's Ignite to be up so quickly. But it was, and Papa Chow's dead again. Trundle's a lot better in lane swap situations anyway. He should not really be played too much in the 2v2 as he doesn't really offer too much 2v2 pressure, especially considered to Braum. Like Braum does so much more in 2v2 than Trundle does. And you see him a lot more in lane swaps, and no one's really lane swapping. So um, I don't think that was exactly a great choice. But they wanted the Caitlyn into the Ezreal because Caitlyn outranges Ezreal and does more damage. But with their bot lane, with Altek already having his tier sacking, already having his call ready, there's not much they can do. Maple gets a call to at least attempt to catch up with Altek, and I think that's all he could afford when he went back on. There's nothing sadder than being an AD and not being able to pick up a pickaxe or anything, and you have to get call and boots. And you're like, what am I doing? And Balls is just trading in so much with RF. This is what Balls did the first game, just prevented RF from getting a lot of this farm. So, well done, Balls. Balls asserting his dominance as a good top laner. Maybe he's going to be one of the better ones in the Challenger scene. It's a shame that RF didn't get to do much because RF was on an LCS team. So was Maple, by the way. For those of you that forgot, he was on Teammate back in the day. And Braum does so well to the Caitlyn because he can block the headshot. He already can stand in front of the ultimate, whatever it's called. I don't play Caitlyn. And we just see laning again. Cloud9 is not totally up in CS. Again, last game we saw High sort of being lower in CS in the early parts of the game, but then making it up later. He tries to trade a lot more aggressively, and it helps that Victor is meant for shoving in waves compared to Ryze. Ryze isn't the best at CSing in general. He has some of the lowest base AD. His spells aren't good for wave clearing. His Q doesn't help. His Q, while it helps him CS, is costs a lot of mana. So it's understandable why High is down CS. Or it could just be that Demonte is just playing much better than him, and I can't see because our camera is stuck top lane. The world may never know. Okay, we get C mid. Great trades by Demonte. That was a really well trade. Just took great advantage of that. But the question is, if he lets High combo him, what happens? Because when Ryze is able to go in onto Victor, I'm pretty sure Victor just dies. And see, so again, the concentrating from Echo Maokai may not be so great because Maokai will be able to always out-sustain, but Balls has a Sheen and a Dark Seal to RF's double Dorans. That is why you got pushed the heck out, RF. Because you are nowhere near as strong. Will Rush go in and dive him? Do it, Rush. No balls. Get it, no balls. Dead. Poor RF. And so now they're just up. Pop just going to be dead again because Elimination did a great job of zoning off Maple. Altek's really good at following up on what Elimination does, which is really good because Elimination did a great job of just pushing Maple away, and Papa Chow just wasn't going at them. I think Papa Chow might be tilting a little bit. I don't know if pro players can tilt. You're not supposed to tilt as a pro player. Just kidding. All pro players tilt. But that was really good playing by Elimination, just zoned them away. And good job by Altek to follow up. And Balls now has double RFCS, and this is what Ryze does. But this was talking about the Victor Graviton field. Just kidding, I still kills him. Wow. Okay, so why he killed him was because that Q still had his ult on him, so the Q did the AoE effect damage in addition to the E hitting. So that's where that big burst of damage came from. And High is running Thunderlords. I remember that some people were talking about Strength of the Ages being something that you'd run on Ryze or Storm Raiders. High is going for that bonus damage with the Thunderlords. So that's what Victor can do, is just put the Graviton field under High and prevent him from doing anything, prevent him from comboing. But in that case, Demonte just got overconfident and underestimated. He was like, I'm behind the mini wave, High can't hurt me. And High's going to take away the blue buff from Demonte. Victor loves the blue buff, but so does Ryze. And this is great that they're really going to keep blue buff. And there goes Rush invading. Wowee. And he's dead. So Rush does this a lot. This way in the playoffs, he invades without any support because he thinks this is solo queue. He still has great scorelines and all, and he still does crazy stuff, but sometimes he's way too aggressive in the early game, and that got capitalized by TSM a lot, the playoffs. Okay, and there's gonna kill Papa Chow again. Oh, nice ult by Elimination. So Elimination is doing a great job of just zoning them out, if Alta can get back in, that says a lot about elimination. I don't think so. Oh, there comes High. High flashes in. Dead. That was a beautiful play by Elimination. Alta got caught out a little bit. It was a good play by Papa Chow Maple to get him caught out. But Elimination just came in and really turned that around. That's why you want good supports. Doesn't matter how good your AD carry is if your support's bad. But Elimination, excellent job saving that. And again, with the Victor, Victor just really is underestimating Rise's damage. Rise does so much damage, just so much surprising damage. Um, but we'll see if DeMonte underestimates Rise anymore, especially now that High has 2 kills, has his tier stacking, going to get his Callus soon. And the new Callus is crazy strong on Rise. For those of you who are not entirely sure what the new Callus does, it every time you cast a spell, you heal, and anytime you take damage from champions, you gain mana, which is ridiculous for Rise, because that's what Rise spams out his spells, like a machine gun, pew, 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 and gets so much health back. And anytime he takes damage from champions, because Rise just wants to be frontlining, juggernauting, and he'll just get a bunch of his mana back. So it's really strong for Rise, and that's why part of why Rise is seeing such hefty nerfs in the next patch, and also rework soon because they don't know what they're doing with Rise. But whatever, it's okay. And even Elimination almost got that. That was so exciting. Anyway, back to Rush. Rush just does a lot of invading. He's so confident in invading, but in solo queue it works a lot better because the teams have less coordination. But um, when he invades and he doesn't have support, like see, RF is by himself, so Rush will probably be able to kill RF. But then we see, does he get him? I think RF might have. No, RF didn't have his heal. He just managed to live. But this is what we saw in the first game with Rush being really aggressive. Rush just managed to get lucky those first times because High was able to roam him in and help him. But High wasn't able to help him that last time. So we see Rush is playing really aggressive, which is fine. That's what Rush does. And it works or it doesn't. But we can see potential weaknesses for them entering the Challenger scene and back into the LCS in the future. And who's teleporting top? Echo's teleporting top. Goodbye, Maple. If that Sun hits, good dash. He doesn't want to give anything to Echo. So, smart play by Maple. He didn't burn anything to only die to Ezreal. He still died, but Echo burned a teleport for nothing. Especially because the tower's down. But that means Echo's going to get all this farm for himself. Maokai's losing some of that CS down bot to the turret. Meaning that Pauls gets his strength and his 40 CS lead on RF. Holy moly. I really like seeing the Dark Seal on Echo. Any kill or assist just gives him a little bit of bonus AP, but what's critical is that it increases the duration of all of his healing pots. So the Corrupting Potion will just heal him for a lot more. Additionally, he gains bonus mana, which is really new on Echo. I don't know how many of you have played Echo Top, but if you don't go for the Iceborne Gauntlet really early, it feels like you have no mana ever. And so the Dark Seal really helps with that, providing some of the bonus mana, especially because he went Sheen early. He might go for Frozen, the Iceborne Gauntlet early. He might want to get a Bambi Cinder early. I think he's just going to rush the Iceborne Gauntlet. The Frozen Fist. Pa! And ours clearing out wards. And Cloud9 is up 6,000 gold, only having 1 turret up on them. So 5,000 of that gold comes from their 7 kill lead and being up and having Pauls be 40 CS up on RF. And High's now closing the CS gap. Altec has a CS lead. Even Elimination has a CS lead, you know. That's important. That's probably a cannon or something, you know. And Rush again has CS lead. Not such a huge CS lead because Grags is a good farmer. And Ball's getting collapsed. 4 people are going top. I don't know why Grags is recalling. They really could have 4-man dove that, I think. And that was a really bad break of communication. If someone dies here that isn't Balls, that is really bad. So High teleports back in. I'm sorry, I can't believe that just happened. So High teleports back in. Can they get anything else off this? No, it's just a 1-for-1. Is High gonna die? The shield pop. Nice shield. Can they get the Gragas? No. Okay, so that could have gone a lot better. That also went very well, actually. That dive was very well executed, unlike the earlier tower dive done by Cloud9 in the first game. That was very well done. The fact that Gragas was recalling while his team was already going wasn't exactly perfect. I think they could have executed that just a tad better so that Popjar didn't have to die for the 4th time. I don't think High's teleport was good if Destined for Glory played that any worse. If they messed up even a little bit more, I think that would have been a really beautiful teleport by High. An RF is ignited. Altec, can we get Braum passive on him? Nope. I'm amazed Lemonation got an assist for that. Because of the Ignite, Lemonation got an assist. And rushes out again with these overly aggressive invades. Luckily, it's Lee Sin who has dashes and kicks and all sorts of ways of escaping. But we see again what happens when Rush gets a little too happy. He has to burn his flash to get out of there. He had to waste his ultimate kicking Gragas out of there. So, not stellar by Rush. Um, this is what we saw again in the first game. He wasn't too punished on it, but this game he is. They're becoming a little bit smarter. But luckily, the rest of his team's really pulling through. Uh, the CS lead by Balls is immense, and I think having a 50 CS lead is something to say, especially because people are calling Balls washed up. Keep in mind, RF is not just a pre-challenger player. RF was on the LCS team. Sure, he was benched for Seraph, but he was on Renegades, and he played very well in Renegades. In fact, one of the only games he won was because RF pretty hard carried it. I think, if I remember correctly, that might have just been a game with Impact. Same person, right? Um, but RF, I remember RF doing very well on Renegades when he got a chance. So it's amazing to see what Balls can do. Flash by slam by Gragas, that was questionable, but Lemonation gets knocked back. What was that? what happened there? See, Gringe is playing very well. Gringe played very well in the first game. He's doing a good job of counter Rush's aggression. Most other lesser junglers would have just been smashed by Rush, but he's lacking communication with his team, and now Hai just gets to go in and be Rise. And okay, see, the Graviton field is doing what Victor wants it to. It stops Hai from just running in and killing everyone. He still does, but not as quickly. If Hai was less ahead, that would have been better. But the point still stands. Anyway, but Grin just goes. He wants to engage, so he flash body slams in, or I think he might just body slammed in because he flashed out. He just body slams in, drops his ult, and then has to flash out. So, but even though he flashed out, he still does. It was a very questionable play by Grange. I know they want to make something happen. I bet that's the only time that they could make it. But I bet he was like, we have to go now. And it seems like, no, 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 no. It's like, too late, I'm Gragas. And then he realized that it was a mistake. But who knows? Um, it was a good try by Gragas. It just, the team wasn't ready. And they should have been ready. But they still did a lot of damage to Cloud9. The problem is that Rise exists, and Rise does damage, and Rise is already killing them all. And Altec is, I feel like if this team comes to fruition, Altec will play the role that he's done on the past on other teams like Gravity, he was sort of the star carry. But on this team, I feel like he can play what Sneaky's old role was, which is a very consistent cop-style ADC. He's putting up massive numbers, okay, don't get me wrong. Is he making any of those flashy plays? No, because he's playing Ezreal and not, Vayne. And that's the reason that he's not making flashy plays, because he's just Ezreal poking from the back, dealing massive amounts of damage. And he went to Triforce. I'm glad someone went Triforce, because Cloud9 doesn't need any more CC. They have the Echo, they have Lee Sin, they have Rise, they have Braum. So he's just like, damage, damage all the time, damage everywhere. Pew, 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 pew. And he does. He's so far ahead that he can afford to get the Trinity Force. He can buy a Trinity Force and just blast through everyone's face. So he loses a little bit of Oh, goodbye, Hai. Hai's getting 4-man collapse. If the Echo TP continues, they might be able to turn this. I don't know why Balls TP'd. Oh, because the rest of the team's coming. There's a rush. Ooh, there's elimination. Altec just sold out Demonte. What happened there? Now it's a 3v4. They're going to get it. They're going to turn this around because they're so far ahead. They managed to kill Rush in the trade, but Balls is so incredibly tanky. He is Echo, so he'll never die. They can prop the Braum stun. Fringe is dead. Well done. I wish you had a replay. I'm not going to rewind the stream because I don't think that's worth it. But we saw Hai really getting caught out. This is what he used to do. I remember in the game versus LMQ, if any of you saw that, season 4. He was playing Yasuo and just split pushing the whole time. He got caught out, and then Balls managed to TP and flank in and just save him. The rest of the team collapsed, and that's, I think, that play was so reminiscent of that, because that play Hai survives. But the rest of the team just collapsed in. Altec got a little bit sidetracked, but managed to solo kill Victor, which is incredible. I take back about Altec not being flashy. When you solo kill their mid laner, that's quite flashy indeed. And Rush just knocks back their whole tank line, which does so much damage to them. People are always like, Lee Sin gets outscaled. No, Lee Sin will always be a team fighter because his ultimate is so strong. And RF is dead because Hai does 6 million damage. And oh no, Tamonte is dead, and Cloud9 is just catching them out. And this game's going to be over very soon because it's 21-5, and Cloud9 has 15k gold on them. But again, that was also really good ultimate by elimination to knock them up, keep everyone in place, and make up for the fact that his Ezreal went Trinity Force. I think with Braum, you don't need Iceborne because they're going to be stunned and slowed and knocked up. And here we see Rush not so much carrying as he did last game, but playing the role of Lee Sin, which is a good team fighter. And allowing his team to, but he's still dunking on Grinch. Grinch has to ult back to survive not getting destroyed. Does Rush get him? Is Rush still fighting him? Rush got him. There it is. He did ult him. I think there was a fight over the red buff, and Rush managed to smite it to gain the HP, if I had to hazard a guess. And good job by Altec for, once again, just killing people. Altec is a monster, man. That Trinity Force Manamune, I think it's almost a merman now. I'd love to check that, but I physically cannot. And Balls is so tanky. And keep in mind, he may not, have the highest skill line. He isn't the 10-0-6 Ezreal, but he has 75 CS over RF Legendary, which is massive. Massive. I remember this guy, everyone's like, Cloud9 is just these people, 3 of them went to Worlds, and now they're just taking on pre-challenger people. Balls played against RF legitimately. That was a match that they legitimately had that happened twice at least. So these people are statistically on somewhat similar skill levels, especially because people were complaining about Balls and you get benched. And you can't say, oh, he's playing against people that aren't good, that's why he's looking so good. No, Balls is still a good player. And I think having the jungler with Rush and High, with High being mid, allows Balls to collapse in an effective manner that I think he was really known for. And he did such a good job of getting a CS lead and maintaining that. That's what he was really known for back in the day, just getting those leads and being able to collapse well in team fights. Anyway, High has his Seraph's Embrace. He's only 4-5, but man, he hurts. Elimination again went for the Eye of the Equinox. So Trundle, I would expect that on Trundle. I don't see that so much on Braum. But he really wanted that locket. And I think that's understandable, especially with the Victors. And the shield, I think, is something that's underrated with the locket. It's such a big shield that gives for such a brief duration. But it's incredibly strong. It just allows his whole team not to get bursted out by the likes of... they don't have much burst, but it's okay. I can't... Cloud9 is 16k gold up. They're going to get Baron. Elimination throws his Q just to help deal bonus damage to Baron. God, they do. That's a very fast... Oh, Cringe went for a steal. Did not get that. Elimination didn't get an assist. Come on, Altec. Be nice. Give him the assist. Greedy AD carries. Never helping their supports get kills or even assists. Come on, Altec. Come on. Sure, you have a Mermana, Trinity Force, and an Infinity Edge, but that doesn't mean everything's for you, buddy, okay? Your Braum wants stuff too. Your Braum just wants to be loved. So Altec went for Berserker Greaves as well. So I think if this game would go longer, he'd probably pick up an Essence Reaver. That'd give him 30% CDR. This is a much greedier build, but when you're 11-0-6, I think it's understandable. Oh, Naples, God, what? Woo, High does all the damage. Not to mention that Altec probably just one-shot them with the Q. But I keep an eye on that Rise. That's just 1v3ing the team there. Can we zoom the camera up just a little bit, please, so I can see their health bars? That's all I ask. No, we don't need to see health bars? Okay, that's fine. I can just look at the side. That's okay. And so, there goes Cloud9 in convincing fashion again with over 20k gold lead in 22 minutes, taking down the Nexus. Who gets the last hit? Oh, it was Elimination. That's what you get for not giving him the kill. He gets a final hit on the Nexus. Woo! Oh, so that was game 2. That was a pub stomp if I've ever seen one before. Thank you so much for watching this game with me, and we are